How did you discover your primary love language? I'll start with you, Mr. Insightful, this time.
Well, my primary love language is quality time
Quality time,
and physical touch.
physical touch.
And normally, physical touch is 90% of men.
90% of
We
men,
like
yes,
that.
exactly.
We like all the cuddles.
The cuddles and the hugs and the,
we love that. How did I discover mine? It's basically also goes with maturity. Really, I've come to a point in my life where I feel like spending a lot of time with my partner is more meaningful. So that is where it all came from. That's where it all came from. So I basically really found that based on years of dating and basically knowing what I really want.
Okay.
I find that spending a lot more time with your partner, you get to know them a lot better. You build that foundation, that friendship foundation, which a lot of people, especially in this part of our world, in Africa, most people, when they say we are dating, they just get into it and that's it. It's more like we're in a relationship. Whereas they forget about the dating bit, the foundation, where you get to know the person and build a strong foundation. So if you're doing that, you basically will find out that you get to know the person better, right?
Okay, yeah.
But that doesn't happen these days. We get into, we say we're dating, and that's it. We skip that dating stage, and then we are in a relationship.
Okay.
And that's when you find out that you don't get to see these love languages.
Yeah.
Because you really just went
into it and you didn't take your time.
You got intimate, and you forgot to build that foundation.
Build the foundation.
Yeah, that's it. So basically, with this whole dating thing is how I found my love language and what I really want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jessica, how? Okay, before I read your comments,
Okay.
Otik says that Mr. Insightful, your voice isn't audible enough.
Oh.
Can you please amplify it a
Amplify
bit?
it.
He would do that. Mr. Insightful is more of the, talking and moving type. That's why.
Yeah,
So please
that's
pardon him. We will work on that. And if you are joining us now, thanks for joining. Opong Ebitel, Grefexton, thanks for joining us. And then to anyone that has joined, keep tapping on your screen. Tapping on your screen is important. Just keep tapping until we are done. Thank you so much. And happy Ghana month to you all. Jessica, the question is to you. How did you discover your primary love language?
Okay, so over the time,
Yeah.
before I attribute this to myself, let me generalize it. Over the time, a person's love language can evolve due to relationship dynamics, due to stress, due to other life experiences.
Yes.
So sometimes, for me personally, I stayed with my mom and then my dad. I'm from a broken home actually,
Okay.
and I realized that words of affirmation matters to me a lot because I had stepmothers and all that. My mom is a dramatic person in her own way. So I realized that if you don't encourage me in my moment of my breakdown, my setbacks, I feel down. I need someone to hold on to.
Okay.
So I realized that was how come I got to realize that words of affirmation means a lot to me. But with someone out there, someone who has everything going on for him or her,
Words
that's
of
the
affirmation doesn't really matter.
the person will tell you that I need money. I've been in so many circumstances whereby the person say that your words doesn't mean enough to me. Like I want money, I want this, I want that, and I get it. So mine with the words of affirmation, that was how come I got to discover that this is my love language, and I don't just attribute that to my love partner. It's cut across. You could be my friend, you could be my dad, you could be my mom. It's my love language. You get it. And then also with the receiving of gifts aspect.
Gifts. Papa.
With the receiving of gifts aspect. Sometimes when you love somebody, okay, the same way you love yourself and you want to look good, you want to buy stuff for yourself.
Yes.
Like personally, that's your love language.
Yeah.
I want to look like this. I want to look like that. I want my feet to look like this. You are showing love and care to yourself. So it's believed that when you love someone, the same way you show love and care to yourself, that's the same way you're going to reciprocate that vibe to the person.
Okay.
So with me personally, I love to look good. I love to look okay. So if that is my love language and you in your own way want me to look good through gifts, why won't I embrace it? So that was how come I realized that receiving gifts is one of my love languages, because I show myself that much love, so much.
Okay.
So you get, and then
I
quality
get it.
time as well. With the quality time, all of us as humans, we need someone to talk to. You need because you can't talk to yourself alone, unless of course you have you have a little bit of mental issues. No, yes, no one can talk to him or herself. Someone will look at you and then ask you, "Are you okay?"
But you know, people are recluse. They
but it's weird.
No, it's not.
Personally, I can sit alone and I talk to myself sometimes.
Almost all the people, not in your head.
No,
I'm talking about not
in my head.
with your lips.
At some point, I didn't even know that I talk to myself.
Oh my goodness!
Somebody saw me and was like, I used to have a friend, Elsie.
You see,
Elsie was like,
she'll question.
You sit and you talk to
like,
yourself.
is it okay?
I'll be sitting there and I'll be whispering.
I feel like with that, you are stressed. You are going through a lot.
That one is weird.
Yes, I used to do that.
That is what I'm talking about. Like, I have a cousin.
I used to do that.
She could be bouncing and then I'll be thinking she's on a phone call. Then I'll peep and then she's facing the window. And then I'm like, hey, is everything okay with you? I feel like those people, there's something going on deep down them, and then they have no one to talk to.
At some point, I didn't know who I was talking to. So
you understand?
Talking to myself. I sit down and then I'll ask myself the
question. You put yourself in two characters.
Yes. It's like I was in
the question
soliloquy mood. Like I was talking, but not in my head.
With your
sometimes
lips.
I feel like it's in my head,
but you're saying it out loud. You understand?
Like, I'll just be there and then
you get it. So
yes.
So those people indirectly, one of their love languages is quality time, because when you are with them, instead of them to talk to themselves, they'll talk to you.
Normally, yeah.
So for me, I feel like over the time, experiences makes us,
All right. So for love language, we are still discussing love language, and if you are here live watching us, what is your love language and how did you discover your personal love language? Now, my third question is, can you have multiple love languages, or there is one that is dominant among all? Maybe there are some people, they have 3 or more love languages, but there's one that when you do and you don't even do the rest, they are okay.
Yes.
How can you multiply? Like, how can you go about and say, oh, I have 4 or I have all the 5 love languages, but this one is the particular one that when you do for me and you don't even do the rest, I am okay.
It comes naturally.
Yeah,
it comes naturally. You will know it. Normally, people have more than one love language, but then it multiplies, and then you will find the dominant one by knowing yourself, really.
Okay.
You don't say that, oh, this is my dominant one, so you have to do this or you don't have to do that.
Oh, okay.
It's normally you feel happy and content in yourself when the person is doing that thing that you like the most, right? Okay. So me, for instance, my dominant love language is quality time. If I'm with you and you come beside me, I want us to play Scrabble. I want us to Netflix and chill, something. Something, do a barbecue together, all this stuff. And I find that if you are giving me that quality time, that attention, I'm very content and happy within.
Okay.
Right? And maybe other things I'm not so bothered, even though it's my love language.
Okay.
I did say that the other one is physical touch, but I'm more of a
quality time
a quality time or mental stimulant person.
Okay.
So when I'm having a conversation with you and you stimulate me mentally, right?
Yeah.
Hence, I mentioned Scrabble.
Okay.
Playing Scrabble, and the competition is there. Who's gonna win, and all the rest of it. I get so excited.
Okay.
I could do that with you all evening and not even want to jump into bed with you or anything like that. So
it looks like today we are getting a different twist here. Today we are having a little bit of a UK accent, a little bit of a DB vibe, and a little bit of everything. Because ever since we started sitting here, I've never heard mind stimulants. And I'm saying keywords. Yes. So I feel like Ghanaian men don't know, like they don't read love language. They don't even pay attention to it. And I feel like Mr. Insightful is more about love language because he spent most of his life outside Ghana. What do you
that is true.
Because for him saying you play Scrabble, you do barbecue, most Ghana men, when you come and you enter the room,
they don't even know how to foreplay well.
I have said it. If you like, come and
some of them don't even know how to foreplay. Straight to the point. They just straight to business.
So I feel like because Mr. Insightful spends most of his time outside of the country, that is why he's like that. But Jessica, the question is back to you. How do you know, like, multiple love languages, and which one is dominant? Which of your love languages is, that this one in particular, the receiving of gifts, very important. I know.
You know what's coming, right?
Yes, I know what's coming.
Okay, I'm going to surprise you today.
Please surprise me. I love surprises.
Love languages, as I said earlier, can evolve within time. It can change, okay? Something that can be dominant or something that you can want and crave more than the other within the next 2, 3, 4 minutes.
Yeah,
you wouldn't want it anymore. You wanted something else. Because let me give you an example. Maybe you've been single for so long, and then you meet this new person, and then when you are single for so long and you are into the person, you just can't wait to get to know or how the person feels like in bed. You are always in a hurry. I don't know about it. It goes both ways. Mm-hmm. Okay, sometimes we forget to look at the we getting to know the person more. We getting to see if the person is meant for us. We just go straight to the intimacy part.
But then what happens after?
Before they ask or they think of what happens after.
Yes.
You understand? So
if afterwards it's gone, then that's not a love language.
You get it.
You get what I mean?
I think Mr. Insightful understand where I'm coming from. So sometimes, with you at that moment, you'll be like, oh, that is my love language, because it's been a while you've been laid. Yeah. So you think that is your love language until you get into it, until you get what you want, and then you realize that I never wanted this anyway, or maybe I wanted it, but not as much as I'm craving this now. So it changes. Something can be dominant now. It won't be important to you anymore. You can even ignore it. Of course, I know people, married women or married men, they enter marriages and then now the women are no longer into the sex part anymore. Okay. Then their men are outside looking for sex somewhere else. Yeah. You get it. The ladies will be like, my bre. They be at my bre. You understand?